welcome back to the channel. Can you actually keep a horse in top condition without riding them? Because if you've ever had a winter where riding is not an option, or a busy season of life, or a horse that needed a break, you've probably asked that question. And you might have also felt a little bit guilty for it. I know I definitely have. So today I want to talk about what top condition actually means, whether riding is the only way to get there, and what really matters when it comes to keeping a horse healthy, strong, and mentally sound. Before we even talk about riding, we need to define what top condition actually means. Because for some people, that means show-ready levels of fitness. For others, it means that the horse is sound, strong, mentally stable, and capable of doing their job when they're asked. And those are very different things. A horse doesn't need to be ridden every day, or even ridden at all, to maintain good body condition, muscle tone, and mental well-being. What they do need is appropriate movement, nutrition, and thoughtful management. Riding is just one tool. It's useful for sure, but it's not the only way that a horse stays fit. Horses are designed to move. Turnout, free movement, walking over varied terrain, and even low-level activity contribute in a huge way to their baseline fitness. Especially for horses that live outside, have space to move, and aren't stalled 23 hours a day. They're actually doing a lot of work on their own. Here's what actually keeps a horse in good condition, with or without riding. Consistent movement. Turnout matters more than people realize. Good nutrition. That would be enough calories, enough protein, and appropriate minerals. Hoof care, because as we know, no hoof, no horse. Movement starts with the feet. And that hits me in a big way. I'm dealing with an ankle injury as I record this. Movement definitely starts with the feet. Mental stimulation. Horses that are mentally engaged stay healthier. And body condition monitoring. Not just guessing what's going on with your horse, but actually paying attention. Riding can support fitness, but it cannot replace good management. And poor management can't be fixed by riding more. There are, unfortunately, some long stretches where I'm not doing much riding at all. Wintertime, and also during tax season, because I'm an accountant and I work a ridiculous amount of hours that leave no time for me to play with my horses. And guess what? During those long stretches of minimal to no riding, my horses don't fall apart. They stay at a good weight, they stay relatively muscled, and they stay mentally tuned in because I focus on groundwork, turnout, and just overall consistency. Groundwork in particular is hugely underrated. Done well, it builds strength, coordination, responsiveness, and connection without the wear and tear that riding can sometimes add. Now, just to be clear, if your goal is a specific job or discipline or performance level, riding does eventually matter for sure. You cannot just rely on turnout and groundwork and then hop on your horse and make a fantastic barrel run, for example. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you're failing your horse during busy seasons where you are unable to ride. A solid foundation makes it much easier to come back to riding later. And often, actually, with better results. How weird is that? So yes, it is absolutely possible to keep a horse in good condition without riding with them. There is obviously the fine print. Again, going back to if you have specific discipline-related goals, riding is obviously required. You're not going to get your horse in fit enough condition for a jumping course or a barrel racing run or cutting cattle if you're just relying on turnout and a bit of groundwork. Like, riding is required obviously at some point, but if you're just wanting overall decent conditioning for your horse to just keep them at a baseline level of health, riding is not required. riding is a tool, and as a horse owner, you are not morally obligated to ride your horse. Just some food for thought. I think in the perfect world, we would all have unlimited time to ride our horses in perfectly groomed arenas, and everyone's healthy and just all the good things, right? Like, maybe once we get to heaven, that'll be the case. I mean, I hope heaven has awesome horses and freshly groomed arenas. Who knows? But, down here we make, what's the saying? We make lemonade out of lemons. And, sometimes that lemonade doesn't involve riding for some stretches of time. And that's just the way it is. We look forward to the next time that we can swing a leg over one. So if you guys enjoyed this, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can follow me everywhere at Strong in the Saddle. And until next time, remember, it's always a good day to ride.